Steve.
I'm Jeremy.
This is Alabama Gamers. We're here to talk to you about some of the things we've seen in the news this week from different movies, from Shark Week, things that we've seen on the web, a couple shows that we've had to watch, and just some games that are dropping soon, things that we're going to be playing. So the first thing, Flash. They've announced Flashpoint.
They have a last one.
So that's going to be great. They haven't announced if Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to play Thomas Wayne, but I think that's what it is. Some people thought maybe, I think a couple people talked about Ben Affleck since he's stepping away. Maybe he could be Thomas Wayne. Same thing with Lauren Conrad playing the Joker. I don't know how far they're going to with those two characters, or maybe they'll just stick to like the animated movie did with Flash and the Reverse Flash in it. So
I think if Ben Affleck kept on and played Wayne, that would have led some continuity.
Yeah.
But I think he's done.
Yeah.
I think he just wants to go somewhere.
yeah, so he's doing all the supportive stuff.
Yeah.
He's saying all the right things right now, but he's not really saying that the stories that haven't come out are untrue about him stepping away from Batman, because little things keep happening. First, he's not directing anymore. Now he's not. They're not using his script, and him and Jeff Johns, so it's going to be totally different. So we'll have to say we'll keep up with it. And then we've got Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
They announced that she's going to be in the 90s is where it's going to set.
A glorious decade.
Yeah. My favorite.
My favorite too.
That's where I spent most of the time playing the video games that I have played.
That's
so
right.
a lot of times with a Super NES.
If I could have today's money with all my time I had back then, I'd be in. I'd be in.
So much stuff that we play. But, yeah. And then one of our favorite characters who's deserved the reboot for so long and really got the game started with comic book characters. I mean, Spawn. I mean, one of the very first that took it kind of seriously. They didn't change up the costume. They didn't make it where it had to be realistic. It was Spawn. He was from hell. So who's going to be? I mean, who's going to be Al Simmons?
So, from what I've heard, it's an Academy Award-winning actor. So you only got two potential people that could possibly be, if they stay with African American, which
they have to.
You think so?
Yeah, you can't change that in Spawn.
You know what? That's what my father thinks about James Bond. That's what Doctor Who fans think about what's her face.
I'm ready for it.
But if it is, then Jamie Foxx or not Will Smith. You said
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba, and
yeah. But I think it's more Jamie Foxx. I think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
And we don't need to see him too much without the mask on. I think keep the mask on, and with the effects that we have now, with things that they couldn't do with the first Spawn movie, and now that all the things that they can do with digital effects, all that, I think it'd be great. But Spawn's maybe not the main character of his own movie. It's Twitch, who was brought to you with the first. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to let us see through Twitch's eyes the supernatural world. We're going to experience it firsthand. So maybe not too much of an origin story. Make it flashbacks. Yeah. So we may just be seeing Twitch, who's seeing Spawn for the first time and trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. And if you've read the comics, you already know who Twitch is. Has a partner named Sam, and they're going to have a show. I think it's on the BBC.
Sam and Twitch.
Yeah. So can't wait for
Let's take a step back and let's think about why is Spawn so important, because he's so important to folks like my age and your age. Because the fact is that I know Superman and I know Spider-Man and I know the Hulk and I know everybody up here, but Spawn started when I was young. Like, I went and walked to the comic store and bought Spawn 1 and bought Spawn 2 and bought Spawn 3. And so everything else is like a relic that was left over from another generation that we just get to appreciate. But Spawn 1 was born of our time. Like, I was young and I was into reading comic books and it was new. You had this whole, these guys, these wonderful artists came over and formed Image Comics, and man, they were just doing such an amazing thing. You had Pitt.
Savage Dragon.
Oh my, you know what? See, you should have said that for me. I'm telling you, Savage Dragon is, that's
always the first one I think about.
I love Savage Dragon. Yeah. Pitt, Savage Dragon, Wildcats.
The Max.
I mean, there was so much good stuff coming out of it. And Spawn was just, it just all started with him. And it's so important, for folks my age, because that's our stuff, and we may have grown in and out of it, but we can come back to it, we can come back to it.
Yeah, it's like music, you'll listen to some of the things like your parents listened to. But then something happened, like with us, grunge. You know, we love hair band stuff, but then the grunge stuff happened, and that was ours.
Yes.
You know, that was the stuff that we could grow up with, and that we accepted. So, you know, it's kind of the same way with the comic books. You know, Superman, everybody had Superman. But when Spawn came out in Image Comics, that was ours. I mean, Spawn was one of the very first, like, new characters that a lot of people got into in the 90s when that came out. Because I remember everybody sharing that comic book, and it just, you know, it just blew up.
You know what? Let me ask you this. Who is of all worlds, all universes, who's your favorite comic book character, period?
It's hard to say.
And then you get a runner-up.
Yeah.
You get a runner-up.
Well, the stories are better in the Batman comics. I like most of the stories in the Batman comics, but Savage Dragon will be right up there with it.
Yeah.
I like a lot of his stuff.
So my number one guy is Spawn, and then you know what? Number two, I don't know, probably be a tie between Deadpool and Savage Dragon. I've always loved Savage Dragon, man. Savage Dragon was well drawn and well written, and it was so well done, man. And it was really unique. I thought it was a unique dude. He's a beast.
We need a live action show with that. I mean,
man,
a buddy cop show.
Oh my goodness.
Hello,
Netflix. Yeah. Can we get Spawn the show? I'll tell you what, you can do so much.
Well, since you know, Netflix has got all the Marvel stuff, you know, they could put it on Amazon.
I'll be good. Amazon Prime. Yeah. I mean, whoever's going to pick up the phone first, somebody get us the Image Universe. Get us Spawn. Get us.
It's a way to compete for it right there.
Man, I'm telling you what, you know, you're so focused on Marvel and DC, and you forgot there were other really, really good books, really good stories.
Every once in a while they'll slip in a Dark Horse and stuff like that. But Image, the big thing right now is I think Walking Dead's an Image comic book, so. That's the one.
You know what? I'm so done with Walking Dead. I can't. No more. Yeah. So, no more. All right. What else going on?
Let's see. We've got Shark Week, as in Shark Week.
Week.
Can you believe how many people thought that Michael Phelps was going to be in one lane, Shark next lane?
Yeah. Everybody. That's who thought.
They spent an hour for 30 seconds doing a thing. For 30 seconds.
That's their thing, though. Like, you know, it seems like last year or the year before that was like Breaching. And so they do this whole hour-long thing. At the very end, they show the shark jumping up out of the water. But it's always something. But this is, number one, their biggest weighting grabs, period. This is the best they've ever done.
They jumped the shark this year.
They always jump the shark. Yeah. Come on, man. What else are you going to do? And number two... This one, everybody's mad about this one. Nobody's ever been pissed off before like they are now. Well,
you know, they come up with a fake, you know, it's like they've run out of stuff to talk about during Shark Week, so they're like, let's just make some stuff up.
That's right.
Yeah, so we'll start doing that, but...
If you thought that he was going to race a shark in for real life, even with a divider, it would be Michael Phelps swimming and then the shark trying to eat him.
Yeah, they try to make it look competitive, but there's no way he could keep up with a shark. No. Full speed.
If anyone thought he was really going to race shark, y'all the ones smoking weed. Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
All right, Game of Thrones.
So far, so good. It's looking good. Now, this week's episode, I believe it's supposed to be one of the longer episodes. We're getting only 7. The first 2 have both been an hour long. And both of them, it seems like you've just gotten into the episode and then it's over. And they've been really quick.
Yeah.
They've gone really fast. This one's supposed to be a lot more action. Last episode, we went and got the Sand Snakes. Euron has captured them. He's going to take them back to Cersei. And that's the present. We didn't know what it was in the first episode, but now we do. So waiting to see how that comes together. Jon Snow's going to meet Dany, so we're going to see how that relationship works out. Is she going to breathe fire and have the dragons breathe fire on him right at the beginning of it? Or, you know, will they talk? What happens when he sees Melisandre? You know, because he's already warned her when they see her again. You know, she's dead. But he let her go, and that's where she went to. So that's about it. We're waiting for tomorrow. And you know, after the episode, I'll try to do a little review of it, and we'll see what happens from it. And then we've got Preacher. Big news from that is he said his last name. Not his father's last name, but his grandmother's, Longnail, which, if you've read the comics, evil family. And so I'm hoping they dive into that, capture them. He stopped the guns, you know, he stopped the Saint of Killers last week, and he's buried him in the swamp, which, you know, he's going to be coming back pretty soon. So I don't know how long they'll keep him from not not being there, but it's a great read. Not only that, but it's a great show. I mean, I think they're doing great. They did do the one thing that I hate, and Game of Thrones did the same thing, where you show the despair and you show it repetitive, and you show the same thing over and over and over, and you show it again and again and again. Okay, we get it. It's a hopeless situation. Let's move on. And I hate that.
Yeah.
But so far, that's the only bad thing that I've had. So far, the show's been great. So.
All right. Well.
So
what else we got to talk about?
PlayStation Drop.
The drop. Oh, that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're going to try to put stills of some of these on there so you can see them. There's not anything that's really, really like a big name franchise is coming out, but there are a lot of little interesting.
A couple VR games.
Yeah, there's some independent stuff that's really interesting. All right, so Demetrius, the Big Cynical Adventure, looks odd. Says it's a quirky adventure game packed with tons of humor. It's Bjorn Toren, a slob of an antique dealer living in Paris, is robbed one night when coming home drunk. Forced to conduct his own investigation with the help of his neighbor, he ends up involved in a murky, mysterious affair. Will these unlikely heroes rise up and discover ancient secrets? Probably not. It's an interesting looking game. There's a VR game called Dino Frontier.
That's the one I'm interested in.
Yeah.
It's dinosaurs and Western kind of combined.
Yeah. There's another one. Now the other one, Demetrius is a digital title, and this next one is called Frisky Business, and it's a digital title too. And it looks really interesting. Like it looks odd. It looks almost like a Leisure Suit Larry became an investigator or something like
if
that.
y'all get the Leisure Suit Larry, y'all are just as old as us. So.
Yes, and God bless you. God bless you. All right. The next one for digital is The Long Dark. It says it's a thoughtful exploration survival experience that challenges solo players to think for themselves as they explore an expansive frozen wilderness in the aftermath of a geomagnetic disaster. And so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'm not gonna get really excited. But now the last one is Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, and it looks really good too. It's a retail, so that's what's coming out on PlayStation. They've announced the games coming.
Oh, PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus. So next for August, PlayStation Plus. If you subscribe, which if you play online, you subscribe. The free games are going to be Just Cause 3 and Assassin's Creed. Freedom Cry, which was the DLC for Black Flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, you know what?
Those are good franchise.
Good games. I mean, they're stepping it up for a long time.
Yeah.
It was crap, and I thought, oh my goodness, you're killing me. But they are rolling with it now. They're rolling with it. And it seems like over on the Xbox side, kind of getting weak. So it makes me glad to be on the PlayStation side of things.
It's PS4 all day, man.
That's right. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
That's it.
All right.
All right. Till next week.
Next week, but like, subscribe, share, do everything you got to do for us. So the more we get, the better off.
That's
We'll
right.
keep bringing you videos every week. We're going to try to get 3 a week, but don't hold us to it. We'll just do as many as we can. Short videos, that way you don't have to spend a lot of time. You can watch these videos on the crapper. All right. Y'all have a good.
Later.
Roll Tide.